Hey guys, today we are going to talk about how to do the testing phase the right way. My name is Dimitri. I'm the owner of Budapa Media, a marketing agency that works with only e-commerce brands. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So how to do the testing phase? Well, something that you have to keep in mind is the Facebook algorithm behind actually testing phase. There's something called the learning phase. This is when you actually create your ads the first time, and when you just let Facebook do all the work. So this is the definition. When creating a new ad, Facebook launches something called the learning phase. That is actually a time for the Facebook to actually just test out all the options that you actually give it to them. So maybe all the placements, all the audiences, all the copy, all the creative. If you have like an age range from 18 to 60, then Facebook actually needs time just to see, okay, maybe 18 is the best, maybe 25 is the best audience. Just give the Facebook time to actually let you know what is actually the best option and the best combination if you're doing some split testing. So briefly said, the learning phase is actually just a time for the Facebook algorithm to learn everything that it has to learn for your ad and to give you some feedback so that you know which is actually the winning ad and which you should go after. Also, something to keep in mind is that the learn phase actually launches when you're creating a new ad or when you're actually having some big edits on your existing campaign. So that's why one of the main reasons why you actually want to duplicate your campaign and then edit it that way. The big reason is because the learning phase, not the campaign, but also the ad set and the ad. And the main reason behind that is because the learning phase will actually trigger automatically if you make some edits to the initial copy of your campaign ad or ad set. So if you actually just duplicate it and edit the duplicate, then the learning phase will not start over for the initial winning combination. So let's say you have a winning ad. Okay, you want to maybe test out some different copy for the winning ad. Then you have just to duplicate the winning ad and then edit the duplicate. Because if you edit the winning ad straight right off the bat, so without duplicating anything, then the learning phase will start right over and you will not have that optimization that you had at the start. So always duplicate your campaign ad or ad sets before actually making some minor changes. Now, the next thing is some of the numbers that you have to remember for the learning phase. These are actually just some metrics and statistics that you have to keep in mind. So Facebook will actually only need 500 impressions to actually give you the relevant score. We actually talked about that in the previous video. What's relevant score, what is the total value. Something just to keep in mind is relevant score is not equal to the total value. Something that I talked about and how it can actually affect your bidding. So the relevance score is just how relevant your ad is to your audience. Although it does help actually in the bidding process, it is not the main factor. So as you can see, Facebook will only need 500 impressions to actually give you the relevant score. The next thing that you have to keep in mind is that you only need 1,500 impressions to get all the metrics. So you don't really have to test out for a whole month with let's say 10K down the line just to see what works, what doesn't. Really only 1,500 impressions will get you all the metrics. We'll also do the 500 impressions, so you'll have the relevant score. And if you're lucky enough, you can also get the 50 results. As you can see on the third point, the learning phase is done when the 50 results are actually finished. So let's say if you're optimizing for conversions, then 50 conversions will be marked as a done testing phase. So really, when you get 50 conversions, 1,500 impressions, you have everything in the place. You have the metrics, you have the relevance score done, and the learning phase is finished. So that is when you can actually mark this ad or being tested either as a winner or as a loser. It is something that you really have to keep in mind when doing the testing to really know when is the actual time to say, okay, we have to stop this ad, we got results, they're either bad or good. Now, while in the learning phase, your ads are really just unstable and disorganized, not optimized. So you'll get mixed results. Some ads will do good, other ads will do even better, and another ads will just not even get you a single result. So it's really unstable. You shouldn't spend a lot of money, because why would you want to invest money in something that is unstable? So in the testing phase, you really don't need that big of a budget when testing. Main reason, as I already told you, you're going to get mixed results. It's unstable only when you pass those 50 results, when you actually get the optimization done, when you know that is the winning product, when the learning phase is done. Only then can you actually bump out the budget and only then is the actual testing phase done and your campaigns are actually optimized. Now, next up is something that Dibesh already talked about in, I think, 2017 affiliate marketing conference, and that is he actually created a great line, and that is testing is like eating a pizza. You don't have to eat the whole pizza to know if you like it or not. You only have to eat one slice. So it's really the same thing with testing and what I actually talked about. You only need small of a budget to see if something works or doesn't. You don't have to spend all of your budget to decide if something works or doesn't. So it's same as eating a pizza, only one slice, and then you decide if it's good or bad. Let me just move my camera. This is just a quick tip. When you're actually doing a scaling right after the testing, don't use the campaign that you use for testing for the scaling. A main reason is the actual Facebook algorithm, since if you're going to have some losers in the combination that you actually tested, if some ads maybe got some bad reviews, some bad engagement, just overall got a bad score, it's really going to transition also in the scaling phase and the scaling ads if you're actually using the same campaign. So always just create a new campaign if you want to scale, so that all those bad scores, bad engagement, and overall just bad look in the Facebook algorithm, so it doesn't actually transition into the scaling campaign. So always create a new campaign when scaling, so that you have a campaign for testing and a campaign for scaling. That is it for this quick video. I really didn't want to make it a long 30-minute video talking about testing, same as the last time. I really love creating these videos. They're short, straight to the point. Really, as I said, the last time describes a point why there is a problem and how to actually solve it. Let me know if someone actually got some value out of this. I hope it actually helped you guys. If you need some help, let me know down in the comments or just shoot me a private message and we can talk there. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video.